afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the show that's on in the afternoon. I'm your host with the most, Davey Hartzell. Pete is on the road to Florida Man Games. We can't wait to see you this weekend, buddy. And sitting next to me is the world famous, most incredible Kate Batzel as your co-host today. Welcome, Kate. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. I love that you always say world famous.
Because you are to me. Oh, my goodness. I'm so excited that you're here. Speaking of world famous.
Yeah.
We also have a world famous guru, Hopefull Handbags Global CEO, amazing lady. She's got sparkles from ear to ear. I love her to death. Cathlene Miner in studio giving us an update on Hopefull Handbags and some exciting things that she's working on in the tech world that's going to keep us all innovative and safe. I'm
very excited to talk about it.
Yeah, to uncover some really cool things. But before we get into all that, we have to thank some of these great people that make these conversations happen every single day. Like Bozard Ford Lincoln. 75 years, so fine, serving St. Augustine, Northeast Florida in prime. Generations deep, their team stands tall, growing with the community, answering every call. At I-95 State Road 16, their campus gleams. Ford and Lincoln inventory, fulfilling dreams. Pre-owned treasures, various makes and models too. Bozard's got it all, and it's just for you. Service department, state-of-the-art quick lane in a flash. Parts and accessories, ensuring your car won't crash. From driveway delivery to mobile fleet care, Bozard's commitment is beyond compare. Ford's Garage invites a burger delight, a stop you can't miss, an appetite's height. Driven to inspire, that's their guiding fire. Bozard Ford Lincoln, meet your desires. Check them out today, bozardford.com.
Wow.
Oh, I know, right?
I'm just wondering how we're going to talk about
that.
that.
That was Dr. Seuss.
Get ready. Because we got the Bailey Group in St. Augustine's heart. The Bailey Group plays its part. A cherished institution, a gem from the start. More than insurance benefits and financial grace. The Bailey Group innovates, serving every place. Personalized service with a local touch. Their commitment shines. It means so much. Largest in Northeast Florida, a well-earned claim. They're not slowing down, they're rising to fame. Beyond benefits to families they extend. Health and finance across the state they defend. A health promotion team, a table to unfold, creating wellness stories, turning silver to gold. Feeling inspired, full of zest? Give them a call, 904-461-1800. Put their expertise to the test. We love you guys over at the Bailey Group.
Wow.
Oh, Kate. Oh, Cathlene, ready for a fabulous retreat. Amara Med Spa, a beauty feast. Where fierce meets sweet. Pampering extravaganza, a menu to adore. Hydrofacials, Botox galore. Dermal fillers, laser enhancement. Picture perfect like a beauty enhancement. High-tech paradise, gadgets in flight. Top-tier care results in pure and bright. Experts so friendly, crafting your plan. Amara's touch, beauty in your span. Chill vibes where relaxation takes flight. Float on the clouds like pure delight. No hesitations, the spa's dream in sight. Amara Med Spa, redefine and ignite. Go see my boo Tracy. Check them out, the amaramedspa.com.
Amazing.
Isn't that fun?
Amazing.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna rhyme anything.
I know.
Over
I
here.
feel like
I just don't think it's
I
gonna
feel like
happen.
I was ill prepared for co-hosting this
Slam
morning.
poetry afternoon today, yes. Everybody, welcome in. Cathlene Miner, so excited to have you here with us today in studio. How's Hopefull Handbags? How have you been?
I have been great. Hopefull
Awesome.
Handbags has been busy
Fabulous.
and great.
Good.
So that, yes, we have been. So much is always going on with Hopefull Handbags here locally and globally. So
tell us real quick, because we have new listeners all the time.
Yep.
Can you give us a little rundown? What's that elevator speech you tell people, like, what is Hopefull Handbags?
Yes. Okay. So Hopefull Handbags is an organization that is global, but what we do is we assist survivors of domestic abuse and their children to safety, health, well-being, and long-term sustainability.
I love that.
So long-term sustainability is really the key here, because if there's no long-term sustainability, what happens is the survivors end up going back or repeating the same type of relationships.
That's all they know.
Because you know what you know. And we also work really, the base of what we do with all of our survivors, no matter where you are in the world, is we work on self-perception, what you think and feel about yourself. Because you either go into an abusive relationship with a low self-perception or you come out with one, right? Nobody comes out saying, "Whoo, I feel great." And just, even if you've not been in an abusive situation, everybody really allows the outside world world to start affecting what they think and feel about themselves, which affects every single decision you make and every single choice you make, and those relationships that you stay in and the ones that you leave because you're like, you know what, this doesn't feel right, I'm out, whether it's business or personal. So that is the base of what we do. Now, the handbags we fill with necessities. Handbags are donated from amazing people in the community. We get them cleaned. We do everything we need to make them ready to go back out and give them another life. And that life actually raises hope to these survivors. And when the survivors are picking out these things, we were told, you know, like, it's not just a toothbrush. Like, this is hope. This is giving me, you know, a sense of confidence, a sense that somebody still loves me or somebody's watching out for me. And when their kids, because a lot of them have children, their kids see them smiling. I mean, who doesn't smile when their mom smiles or you know? And it
giving
is
them permission to feel happiness.
right, because they haven't had it typically for so long. And the thing is it's statistically women. We help men as well, but statistically it's women. And also women talk about it more.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I mean, there's a lot of resources out there for men, and I love that, you know, women rally and find. Have you ever dealt with any friends that have gone through domestic abuse? Or?
I have, and they didn't have a program like this available to them, and you know, trauma begets trauma. So I completely understand that kind of cycle. You know, and it's just. What do you do for people?
What do you do? Yeah,
you have to have organizations like that.
You have to have hope, and that's where the word hopeful, and it's got hope. 2 L's and hopeful, full of hope. And that's really where the name came in. We want this to be people to say, okay, this is where I am, but where can I go? Not where I was. So we do offer counseling. We've got a really great partnership with BetterHelp. I don't know if you've ever
wonderful.
heard of BetterHelp.
Yeah.
So we have a great partnership with them so our survivors can get, you know, counseling at no charge, and they can be anywhere in the world, which is really amazing. But the thing is the counselors also that they pick for us, which is great. Yeah, we may have to go back and dig up some things from the past so that they don't repeat the same cycles, but they're also too about where are we going? What direction are we going in? Because we're not going that way.
Don't go back.
And so many people start to try to analyze the past so much that they lose sight of what could be in the future.
Right.
So
you got to figure out a way to move on.
You do. You do. And it's not easy.
Yeah.
But if you have somebody cheering you on, and that's where we are.
I mean, the support is that's huge for everyone. Everyone needs that. So I totally understand.
How do you think it's important to like have the youth involved with something like this? Like to get them educated at an early age? Or is this more of like a mature conversation?
Oh, no. It is. And we have been in some of the schools. We've talked to them just about healthy relationships.
Yeah.
Right? Even with friends.
Yeah.
Right? Because, I mean, it's starting earlier than it did, at least that I remember, not only with myself, but from my kids. And, you know, as far as that toxic part, because kids are seeing so much on these phones that are things that they didn't even know they could say.
Right.
Which is not appropriate.
Right.
They shouldn't even know these things.
Yeah.
You know?
It's interesting that you say that because I have a 12-year-old and a 14-year-old boy. And this is part of, as a woman, I'm like, okay, I need to think about the conversations that I need to have with them moving forward, because they're going to start dating and they're, you know, and how it all kind of evolves. So
and it's the important access that they have to things on the phones is
absolutely
a problem. Because when I was younger, you know, I'm 52, and when I was younger, I mean, in order to know something, either I had to hear it from a friend, overhear somebody talking about it, see it in a magazine, like it wasn't that accessible really.
Right. And now they all have access to like Andrew Tate.
Right.
You know, and it's like my children knew who that was before I did.
Yeah.
Well, how do you mitigate that then?
Conversation.
Is it really?
Just talk
do they
to your
respect
children.
You and they're listening to you? I mean, I was the mom kind of kid.
Well, I think that I have a relationship with my kids, and I've built a relationship with my kids that is completely based in honesty. And I talk to my kids about things that I've experienced in my life that I know probably other parents would be like, ooh, I don't know if I want to tell my kids that, but they're now getting to this age where, I mean, you have everything on social media. Right. My kids know more about the world than I ever would have thought that they would at this age, you know? So you kind of have to.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
It has to be open conversations, and for them to realize that everything they see is not real.
Right. True.
Yeah.
Or true, right?
Yeah.
So I deal with a lot of teenagers and even survivors' kids and things like that. And, you know, where do you get your information?
Yeah.
Instagram,
Instagram.
Definitely.
TikTok.
TikTok.
Okay, wait a
huge.
minute.
Right. Yeah.
Wait
Because
a
you don't know
minute.
what's real and what's not
Yeah,
real.
it's not,
Right.
I mean, most of that is not real.
Yeah.
I mean,
And you
might
know
have-
they're not giving it a goog after
Exactly.
Right.
looking it up
I
on
know.
TikTok.
Well, and that's the thing too, is even Google, right?
Yeah.
With search engine optimization, which I've learned more than I ever thought I would know about it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just picking up words. It's you don't know that there's truth to those words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the kids take on some of these things as being truthful. And then they're living their lives in that way.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're going on the base of, oh, I just heard this and this is real.
I've had my children come to me and
Yeah.
say stuff like that. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know if that's right, you
Yeah.
know. And YouTube is another one. YouTube, my 12-year-old watches YouTube and comes to me and he's like, did you know that a man was eaten by an octopus yesterday? And, I'm like, what are you
What
talking
is
about?
that? Wow.
So yeah, it's, you know, there's just a lot of information out there that is just, you know, bizarre, random.
But connecting young people to this is a really good thing.
It is, yeah, just to let them know what's healthy and what's unhealthy. And then they start to work on things. Like, I know your school.
Yeah,
yeah, Island Prep Early Act Club did
Yeah.
a Hopefull Handbag.
Talk about that moment.
So, and I think it was great. So with our Early Act Club, we really try to do like a lot of like hands-on, because we do fundraisers and we do like book drives. We did a book drive for an orphanage in Mexico, and you know, things like that, they can't really see. So like I reached out to my friend that runs the orphanage there and I was like, can you send me pictures of like the kids with the books so that my kids that are here can see like this is the difference that you've made, you
That's
know?
awesome.
And
Something
but I
tangible.
love when they are able to do community service things where they can be hands-on and they can. So we got a bunch of donated handbags and then got everybody to donate toiletries at the school, and then the kids all filled the bags and we took them over for donations and everything. And it was for them to have the understanding of who it was going to, why, and how much that was making a difference. And they're physically able to do it. You know, it sounds like a little thing, but it's huge.
What does that mean for Hopeful
is
Handbags
huge.
to see kids like that just to rally and support?
Oh my gosh. It allows us to also realize the impact that we make goes so much further than the handbags.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
you
these
really,
kids, and then even when they get older, you know, when they're 15, 16, oh, have you ever done a volunteer thing? Have you ever done anything for a nonprofit organization? Actually, I have.
Yeah.
And they remember those things.
Right.
Which,
Iconic.
if you don't get that exposure at all, you don't even know that those things exist.
Yeah.
So that's really huge.
So you have something really exciting coming up in Volano, right? You have a certification. Can you talk a little about
We
this?
do. So we have 3 pillars, right? Our mission, which is also our Shine in New programs, kind of things we've been talking about. And then we have our special projects, which is what we do in Kenya. And then we have self-defense. I feel very, very strongly about self-defense. So we have we'll hold this up here.
Perfect. Thank you.
We have a certification coming up where we are actually certifying women to teach self-defense.
Cool.
Which is
Wow.
great. That goes hand in hand with, you know, the domestic violence aspect. So
Yeah, and this is just something everybody needs to know.
Do you have to be a woman to be able to teach this particular
For
class?
this particular one, yes.
So that's that trust factor that you're also trying to get
Absolutely.
there too. Can you talk a little bit about the class, like what can be expected? Like, is it,
Yeah. So we don't just teach tactical moves, but it's also social awareness.
Okay. Good.
So that's really important.
Yeah, being aware of your surroundings, like we were talking about earlier. Like some
Yeah.
ladies are easier targets than others.
Yeah.
So what are some of those strategic things that out there, if people are listening, what are some things to be aware about?
One thing to be aware of is the minute you're here,
Yeah.
you're already a target.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
You're already a target. We need to teach everybody that.
Yeah.
Also using your voice.
Because a lot of times I'm driving downtown and you see a lot of the Flagler College and they're literally in the phone.
Yeah, I
and crossing-
worry that they're gonna fall in a hole
Right.
in the crowd.
Right.
Yeah. No,
Exactly.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the headphones too. I think that's like a big, like people put their headphones in and then they're just like out. You're not aware of your peripheral. You're not aware of your surroundings.
Right.
Right.
So getting certified in this kind of thing, I'm assuming that would like give confidence to these instructors to be able to inspire and teach. more
Well, you're
people.
learning. It's a 3-day certification.
Oh, this isn't like a couple
This
hours.
isn't just a couple hours.
Okay.
This is a
Nice.
full-on
You said
certification.
make a lunch. Yeah.
Okay. This is training certification from professionals, and you will
Fantastic.
be able to teach, whether it be in the gym or on your own, these
And
classes.
this
very
comes
cool.
from where? It comes from overseas or something?
No, so we have different people that are part of our self-defense organization within Hopefull Handbags. And Gulshan Bano runs the only all-women's self-defense in United Kingdom.
Oh, very
cool is
cool.
that?
Very cool.
So it's Krav Maga based. And so she will be coming over to help and teach this class.
Oh, very
and
nice.
to certify. Yeah.
Will you be there too? Will
Yes.
you be?
I
wow.
will. I also help certify.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Very, very
Yeah.
cool. I love that.
Very cool.
I think it's going to be very empowering for people to be able
Yeah.
to teach this and like spread it out into the
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
world.
So I'm really excited about this because I'm really passionate about self-defense.
Cool.
I mean, I've been teaching aerobics and personal training for over 30 years.
Right.
And my first experience with self-defense was taking a boot camp class. And I was 19.
Body combat. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Okay.
right before I found out I was pregnant, but I was teaching the class. I was taking the class, and the instructor came in, and she was she was older than me at the time. She was probably in her late 20s, and she had on camouflage shorts and a tank top, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool."
Yeah.
And
Destiny's
then-
Child Survivor.
Oh my gosh, that was the hardest class I've ever taken. I
love it.
And it was a love-hate thing for
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah.
Because I kept going back, but I hated every minute of it because I was exhausted by
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah.
But the way that she taught this class was self-defense. So it wasn't just a workout. So when I went and got certified to do it, that's the way I taught the class. And so that's always been my base, right? Boot camp and kickboxing.
Yeah.
And I just think that everybody needs to know. You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah. So did that change your paradigm?
That totally did. So even like when you walk into a room, I'm always looking, where do I get out if I need to? Where's my exit? When I was single with 2 little kids, I was like, how am I going to get out of this house with
Yeah.
these kids? If somebody was to walk in the front door, where am I going?
Right.
You have to have a plan.
Yeah.
So not only do we teach that, but we also teach the tactical moves. I mean, I'm not a big person, but Davey, I guarantee you, we really can't do this on camera right now, but I guarantee you that if I'm on the ground and you get on top of me,
Yeah.
I can get you off.
Oh,
Yeah.
Definitely.
I can get you off
Yeah.
because I
Definitely.
know the tricks to catch you off guard, to get you off in about 3 ways.
Oh, yeah.
So, and
I can slap
those
and
are the
scratch.
things.
That's about all I got here. Yeah.
But the thing is, that
Maybe you need
people
to take
think
this
because
class.
you're bigger.
Yeah,
is
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
You and I, we stand next to each other, and it looks like you're like this much taller than
Yeah,
me.
True
you
story,
are
yeah.
you are a
Yeah,
giant.
like
It's
Shrek.
true.
So,
But like, when are you teaching like cease and dismiss, or you teaching like diffuse the situation, like, or is it
first thing is diffuse the situation. You do not want to have contact.
Okay.
Right.
That is our last resort is contact.
Interesting.
You want to get
Okay.
out of there.
Okay.
And you want to
Because
have
most of us are like fight or flight, right? Yeah.
But you don't. When I start feeling like, if you start walking towards me and I start feeling threatened, that's when I'm going to use my voice first. I'm going to feel uncomfortable and I'm going to say stop,
Right
like
there.
stop,
Yeah.
or can I help you?
Right.
And you're already making a gesture. Can I help
Right.
you? And I'm saying it loud enough so that if somebody's around me, they're like,
What's going on?
"Ooh,
Yeah.
what's going on?" So I want to create that
Yeah.
if somebody's around.
You're right. It's all about awareness in that situation.
Yeah, and I think that that's a great lesson because I think that people think they don't, women especially don't want to make a scene, right? And I think that make a scene.
Right,
You know what I mean? If
definitely.
you feel like you're in danger, number one, make a scene.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, even Gulshan tells a story. She was in New York City by herself last year and down by Times Square and all that.
Yeah,
And
wow.
she could tell these guys were following her. She could tell. So she crossed the street just to make sure they were still following her.
Of course.
So she was like, okay. So she went into the M&M store because it's down there and there are a lot of people in there.
Yeah.
She said, so how she created the scene was she just went up to him. She said, hey, I've noticed you guys have been following me
Oh, there you go.
a
Smart.
couple different times.
Yeah.
Can I help you?
Right.
And of course, everybody's looking like, and like, no.
They've been identified. Yeah.
So then what she did is she saw a police officer outside. So she went up to the police officer and she actually just said to the police officer, hey, listen, I'm just going to sit here and talk to you because these guys have been following me. So if you want to just pretend like you're talking to me about it, and then I'm going to leave and go the other way. And then the lady was like, okay. And so like, you know,
Smart,
like you have to
though.
have
Yeah,
the,
you have to have the
like,
wherewithal.
She had that wherewithal because she had
Right.
thought about these situations. And we don't want to make people scared.
Well,
but
in
we
the
also-
South, we're overly friendly. I mean,
Yeah.
they say hello when you're walking the dog down the street, which is
I say hi
news
to
me.
everybody.
I know everybody.
I look at everybody in the eye, but I
It's the
also
truth,
do
though.
that though because I've looked them in the eye now.
Right.
Like, I just looked you in the eye, so I know who you are.
You've got ownership of the situation.
That's right. Like
I see
I'm
that.
not afraid. I'm not looking this way. Like I make eye contact with everybody, and I think it makes them a bit uncomfortable
This
sometimes.
is incredible. These
Yeah.
are. These
I think
tips are really good.
directness from women makes people
Yeah, no,
uncomfortable
Right,
sometimes.
yeah.
And like eye contact is one of those things,
They're like,
you
"Hi,
know?
how are you today?" And
Yeah,
I
people are
like,
like, what? Oh.
yeah.
Love
Yeah.
it.
But I always think like, you know, we're so guarded and so like, oh, I don't want to be weird and I don't want it to be, I don't want to, you know, make people feel awkward. We're always worried about how a stranger feels about a
Yeah.
situation.
Take
Be
that out.
weird.
Yeah. Be weird.
Be weird.
Let it
Who
go.
cares?
Right.
Worst case scenario, you never see this person again.
Right.
And we talk about that. Not only do we teach it, but even in our workshops. Yeah, we had the past 2 years, we've had our workshop in Ponte Vedra Beach.
Yeah.
And it's been amazing because we also have a kids workshop, and that is ages 5 to 11. And let me just tell you the stuff we teach those kids. So you'll also learn some of that in here.
Okay.
And you know, I have one of my middle granddaughters. She's very active, and she's the kind that she remembers things, but you kind of don't know if she does because she kind of just looks at you sometimes because she's already on to the next thing. You know, she's
I
like,
love it.
okay, this
She's
is
really
bored.
forward. Yeah.
We're here.
Entrepreneur head.
So but I asked, I used her as an example. Okay, now what do you do to make sure she remembered? What do I do if somebody comes up and grabs me from behind?
Right.
So we teach the kids that
That's
stuff.
good stuff.
I think
That's
it's
really
great
good.
to have it at that young age. My nieces do taekwondo, and their taekwondo class is centered around a lot of self-defense stuff.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. Like they show me moves.
True. Yeah.
If somebody comes up behind you, or if somebody, and I'm like,
Yeah.
then they're 14 and 13.
That's
So I think it's great.
Yeah, and then again, the beginning though is social awareness because you don't want contact. We don't want contact.
Yeah.
So
we want to get out
where-
safe.
Where's this happening? How can people?
This is going to
get
be,
info?
well, you just go to our website. We've got a link on there,
Perfect.
and you can register. And there's a fee for it. Obviously, it's a certification that
Going
you'll be
to
able
a great
use.
organization.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
But we are having it at the Holiday Inn Express in Volano Beach,
Cool spot.
July
Okay.
13, 14, and 15. So
Awesome.
it's a 3-day certification. I mean, it's those of you that are instructors, like I know Davey is,
Yeah.
like we know how intense these things can be. It's not
Absolutely.
just you go in and learn something, take a written test, and you're on the way.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
No. It's
like
definitely, especially
we
3 days.
we mean business.
Yeah.
Like,
So are there a certain amount of slots available, or is that you can cap off? Or you can...
yeah. Well, 25.
Cool. Okay, that's great because
And
then
that's
you really
because
get that.
we do need to, but plus we've got a space that we have to deal with and things like that. So
This is cool.
yeah, so I'm really excited about that. Gulshan is just become a very good friend of mine, travels all over. I mean, she even learns from, some of the secret agents in the U.S.
I love
That's
that.
awesome.
Good.
This
awesome.
is no joke of a thing. So yeah, come check it out. Check out our website. We've got more information on there, and you can always message me if you can find me that way.
Kathleen, you're always keeping us safe in the community. You're always keeping us aware and safe.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're working on some great tech projects behind the scenes. Are you able to spill the beans a little bit today?
Mm-hmm. I am. I'll spill the beans on 2.
Okay.
One that is not launched yet, but it's done. It's just a matter of I got to start getting this out there. And this kind of goes to what you said about safety online with, say, even YouTube.
Yeah.
Right? So I've got 3 grandkids, but 2 that are really like at
With
the
it,
age
yeah,
of,
yeah. Scrolling.
things. But, my daughter doesn't even let them watch YouTube anymore.
Yeah.
Because the things that are popping in the middle of those YouTube videos
Mm-hmm.
are not kid appropriate.
Totally.
In the middle.
Yep.
Right.
In the middle.
Yep.
Right.
So I sit Susie Q down for 5 minutes to watch something about how to make slime.
Right.
And then 2.5 minutes in, something pops up
Something
that is not
inappropriate.
appropriate.
Yeah.
Right.
Not
Yeah.
age appropriate.
I deal with this
for those
all
kids.
the time.
Do you really?
All the time. Yes.
It's a problem.
There's no way around it. though.
No.
No, and now every TV is a smart TV, so you have access to like the kids it's like clicking a channel.
Yep.
They can go right to it.
And the thing is, so you've probably uploaded videos on YouTube. I don't
Yeah.
know if I have. And you have to check a box.
Right.
Is this
It's
for
kid
kids or is this
appropriate.
not for kids? Well, pick your choice.
Right.
It's not going to make a difference.
Right,
Right.
yeah.
Whichever one you pick.
That
So-
just gets the legality out of the way. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So with my own experience also of some things that I've seen and the kids having access to too much stuff on these phones, I really wanted to make a platform where creative kids can go on and do their stuff and know that they're safe and know that the parents know that they're safe. So it's a creative kids platform. It's called Tuzu, Tuuzuu.
Okay.
And think about kids that make slime, show other kids how to make makeup, do all this kind of stuff, right? So the fun thing about it though too is that it teaches them entrepreneurship. because they can get paid, they can get tips,
Cool.
they can
Oh,
charge
very
for their
cool.
videos, or it can be free, and you don't have to have a certain amount of followers in order. You can have 0 followers or you can have 1 million. It doesn't matter.
Okay, I love
Yeah,
that.
you can still
that's a
just
thing, yeah.
and also our algorithm on when you log on to the site, if you know how it shows you what who else is there, it's everybody's evenly in the algorithm. It is not just the top 1%. So that's why
Right.
on YouTube, TikTok, all the other platforms, everything grows so fast for those other people because they're the ones being shown.
At the top, yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is cool.
So we were really excited about this. The thing that I really, as far as keeping them safe, you won't see any of those ads in the middle. The other thing is the parents have to verify the children that are being the creators, but also have to verify the children that are the users. So
Got it.
if I want, my child who they have to be 17 or under, and I have to hold up my ID with my child sitting next to me, that has to be submitted for verification. That'll be verified manually. Also, that same child has to be the same child that's in that video.
Gotcha.
So if that child's not in the video is going to be taken down.
Who's policing this? Is AI policing this? Who's
No, we actually have people that are doing
hard.
it.
That's
It
a
is.
lot.
Yeah.
It is, but you do what you got to do.
But you have
Right,
to,
right, right.
yeah.
You
I
have
mean,
to.
I
There's
get
really
that.
no other way around this.
Yeah.
No other way around this. So, and how we do that is, so say you're charging $5 for your video. So you'll get 80% of that because we have to pay our people.
Right. God bless. I mean, yeah.
We got to pay people to do the behind the scenes stuff.
But what a great idea. I mean, it sounds ridiculous to say it's a great idea to monetize this, but like every 12 to 15-year-old wants to be an influencer.
Yes.
Every one of them is like, that's going to be my job. And I'm like, that's not going to be your job.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, right,
so
yeah.
it's a great way to kind of get them in that
I like the
space.
entrepreneurial mindset. Yeah.
Right, in that space without being like, okay, you have to build your following on TikTok to 40 million people.
Right,
and,
right, right.
You know.
And the thing is too, is so even if you don't charge for your videos, but somebody's watching it and they want to give you a tip, they just send you money.
That's great.
So
That's
I
so
like
cool.
this video enough. I'm going to send you $5. I'm going to send you $20.
Now the kids don't cash out. I'm assuming the parents will cash out.
Well, we'll have all that set up in the background.
Okay.
So all that's a background thing where the parents and then,
Can figure that part out.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, and we also are going to we teach some about entrepreneurship for the kids.
That's pretty
Like,
cool.
how do you start your own business? Do you have to have your own business doing this? How do you do the 1099? Like, how do you do all that stuff?
Right.
So we've got some instructions about that.
That's very cool.
But even the users. So if Bobby wants to get on, his parent is first going to have to register him with that. The other thing is the comments. So any comments, parents will have access to, because that's usually, but again, it's 17 and under. So I don't expect, creepy whoever
Right.
gets,
Right.
40 getting on the site.
Right.
Of course, if we question anything, they're off.
right, you have
Okay.
moderators that are,
This is great.
So yeah, I mean, it's been a love project. I'm very passionate
Not
about
an easy
it.
thing to overhaul.
No, it's not. And it's not because, I've learned a lot about tech. I've learned a lot about developing and writing code. But I mean, it's a
whole new world.
That's a whole new world out there.
Absolutely.
about
I saw
things.
The Matrix.
Yeah.
I know. Yes.
Yeah.
And even like advertising, like any kind of advertising that goes on there has to be strictly monitored. It's got to be age appropriate. It's got to be, and if there's any question about it, not on it. And that's the kind of the thing I like. And that's the thing I like, even with Hopefull Handbags, is, you know what? We're going to do what we think is right to help people.
Yeah.
And if we don't like it, I don't like red tape, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
It
We're just
just
not.
makes it sound, but it's also like a voice for parents. To
Yeah.
be able
And
to-
I mean, in a world where it is so hard.
like, does
it
it
is-
sound like a relief to you? Like,
Yeah,
just
it's
doing something like
that's
that? Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
And we live in this existence where it is so hard to even try to get. And I have friends that are like, oh, well, they don't have a phone. I'm like, they have an iPad. Do they have
Right.
anything that they
Computer.
have?
Right.
It does not matter.
And as horrifying as it is, they're all smarter than us. My kids know how to incognito window search things.
Oh, that's another level.
At age 12, I have a
That's
12-year-old that's like, oh, I was an incognito. I'm like, what is happening? So, I mean, and you have kids that are playing video games that are adult video games or kid video games that adults play.
Oh, that they're talking to them through their headsets. Right, I've seen that
Yes.
too. That's been scary.
So
Listen,
it's
the stuff that I have seen that these kids are seeing, and I have my own personal experience with this. That was an unfortunate thing that we had to deal with. And I will tell you, I'm just flabbergasted. I have no words.
Yeah.
And you've got kids out there teaching other kids how to do things to themselves.
Of course.
How to do things to harm other people. It's really crazy. I mean, and these sites, I mean, I know this is a family show, so.
No, you're fine.
But
you're
like
good.
the things of even porn, I mean, the stuff that's out there,
yeah.
I'm talking this graphic stuff that's out there is full on.
Yeah.
And all I have to do is open up my phone and search it.
Right.
That's it.
And nothing's sacred anymore.
Which
You're
means
exposed to
Nothing
everything.
is, I mean, Netflix.
I mean,
You
my
cannot,
gosh.
if your kid knows your, like, so we have the separate account set up for the kids versus like the adults.
whoopee do.
My kids know the password and I reset it and they figure it out.
Yeah.
Golly.
And I am not a genius, so I can't have a
that's
password
what
that
they
is
were
like
born-
beyond me. I'm
That's
like,
what they were born
all right, my
doing, though.
password's
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
This is
my
second
goldfish
nature.
birthday or
This is
whatever.
second nature. So,
Yeah.
So we're really excited about that. Like I said, it's all done in the background. We're going to be rolling it out very soon. We've actually already have beta tester kids on there.
Fabulous.
playing around
That's
with
awesome.
us. So we, it's just a matter of now, the whole marketing thing and getting
Right.
it out there and stuff like that.
It's a great way for the kids to get their fix, but then also for the parents to know, like, this is a
Right,
good,
and
Yeah.
this is a place where we don't have to worry.
And there's so many kids that are so like creative
Yeah.
and they're so talented. And every time I see them on YouTube now, I'm just like, oh no.
Oh, here we
Because
go.
I know what's coming. My granddaughters also going to my daughter and asking them questions about things. This is how she.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, whoa.
Yeah.
Where did you just see that?
Yeah.
Oh, it was on the middle of
Yeah, it just
so-and-so
interrupted my programming.
making green
Bread or
slime
something,
or
right,
bread
yeah.
or snack packs or
Crazy.
whatever. And okay, now this isn't a conversation we need to have at 8.
Right.
Yeah.
Like this just is not. I guess we are now.
I know. That's
But-
the thing is like these conversations that we have to have with our kids at younger and younger
And their
ages.
brains aren't ready though.
No.
And that's the thing is scientifically they've even proven that the brain is not developed at least until 26 at this point, which is crazy, right?
Yeah. Right.
Think about the kids out there on their own.
And the exposure,
So
yeah.
the thing is because it's instant gratification. So there's that part of our brain that
That
is-
dopamine hit.
Right. Right.
That
yeah.
is not like when we were younger.
Yep.
We had to search for it. We had to ask questions. We had to find it. We had to do everything.
Encyclopedia, yeah.
Yes, I was just thinking the same thing.
Right.
Had to hit the Encyclopedia
So, but now
Britannica.
it's different. So anyway, I'm really excited about Chuzu, and I will real quickly just base, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
So we have another part of this, which is called ZZ Atom, ZZATEM. That is an app, which was a whole nother world. Oh my gosh, you go
Yeah.
put an app out there. I mean, you guys know you have
Yes.
Banana for an app, right? But if your app has anything to do with a social site, they basically put you in the same pot of Facebook and Instagram. And it's a lot of work that makes no sense, to be honest. But, and then when the app's done and you're looking on it and it says for ages 4 and up. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who just put 4 and up?
4
We
and up.
didn't.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
That just goes to show you, wait a minute.
Why is this? Why
Age
is this?
4?
Yeah.
Who makes these parameters? Not the people putting the apps on. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
It's the behind the scenes, which is part of the
developers, yeah.
problem, right? The ones that are approving your app. But anyway, so ZZ Atom is a social site. And the thing that we really are excited about is we have a blogging system in there. So we have a blogging and article platform
Oh, very
that
cool.
has one of the highest search engine optimization organic reaches in the
Great.
market. And I can't take all the credit for that because I'm not the developer. But we did let them know this is what we're looking for. This is what we want. We want people to be able to put the things that they're passionate about or their expertise on there. Or if an event's coming up and we want it to get picked up when I go and Google self-defense or I
Right.
go and Google,
Local news. Yeah.
or cycling
Something,
classes
yeah.
or something, right? And then it also shows the people's expertise once they're there. So we are getting 10 unique users a minute.
Oh wow.
That's great.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So this is a blogging platform,
Well, it's
essentially.
actually a social site. But
Okay.
The blogging platform is one of our really big reaches.
Okay.
So we also have people that are putting articles. So that site is totally free.
Okay.
But we also have ads, right?
Okay.
So we got ads that are not interrupting your blogging or your social site. They're either on the side or at the bottom.
Good. Okay.
But But we've got some great people that are coming on there because the reach is great. I mean, they're getting people that are totally, they wouldn't be able to reach even on Facebook and Instagram because these are people Googling on Google
Right.
about what it is, something, and then it's bringing them straight to the blog.
Right.
That's very cool. So it's kind of like if Facebook and WordPress had a baby.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe, yes.
Okay.
The thing I do love about it too is you can say COVID over there. You're not going to get banned.
Right.
Yeah.
You can talk about things.
Right. That's nice.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean? But we are still, we got to be
Mindful.
we are
right.
humans,
Right.
and we need to be nice to
Yeah.
people. But so that's really awesome. Another little thing that you can get in through there is called ZZ Fans.
Very cool.
It's kind of like the kids site, but it's for adults for mainstream content.
Okay.
So those of you might think, oh, is that like OnlyFans? You guys know what OnlyFans
Yeah,
is.
we do. We
Yeah.
talk about it often.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but OnlyFans, and it isn't just adult content over there.
No, there
Right.
are other things on there. Yeah.
But adult content sells. So, like we talked about that 1% that
Yeah.
they show in the algorithm.
That's what's going up
That's what
there.
that's what
Yep.
you see, and that's why it has that reputation.
Right.
Because that's what you see when you go on, because they will show the top 1%. That's
Right.
what their algorithm does, and so you can see who's making the money and what people are watching.
Right.
But this is for mainstream. So whether you have a podcast, a show, business, I mean, whatever you have, music, and you can have a subscription account. You can get tips. You can pay for messaging. Things like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we have that as part
And
of
it's
it too.
ZZATEM. Is that right?
That's the app. Yeah.
Okay.
You can also get it on your desktop, and then ZZ Fans is within that.
Okay.
Or you can log on that on its own on the computer, and it's a separate login.
Is it available on like Google Store and App Store, like
Yes,
for iPhone
both.
and okay,
Cool. Good.
very cool.
Yeah. So that's that.
Cathlene,
that's
you're
behind the
amazing.
scenes, and it's crazy because if you'd asked me even 2 years ago, would I be doing anything with tech? I would look at you like you're absolutely crazy.
Right. I
Because
didn't see this coming your way.
I'm 52, and this is what's happening.
You're amazing.
So
I love that you see a need though, and you're like,
Yeah.
you know what? I can't
Right?
sit still on this.
Yeah.
I think
No,
that's
the kid
fantastic.
safety thing, especially for me,
Yeah.
for social media, and I wish I could do more, and maybe at some point I will figure out a way to do more. But for now, this is a great way to start. But also teach kids about entrepreneurship and how they're really good at these things, and how to get, how do I handle money? How do I, and get the parents involved too.
Yeah.
Well, Cathlene, how can people get involved with you? I know we have all the links and comments for everybody to follow and think, pair, share on, but how can people, if there's somebody out there that wants to volunteer or wants to get involved with Hopefull, how can they reach you?
They can reach me by going to hopefullhandbags.org.
Hopefull with 2 L's.
Hopefull with 2 L's.org. Or even go on Facebook. If you're watching this now, just click my name and message me there.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
You are an incredible gift for
I
this world.
appreciate both
I'm
of you.
so excited that you're here.
you for
Thank you.
having
I'm
me.
so amazed by you.
Right? I
Truly.
know. She is a
Truly.
queen. Love her.
Because we hang out with good people. So
I love it.
That's how
Right?
it happens.
Great energy.
Can't
Great
do this
energy.
by ourselves.
Well, thank you so much, Cathlene, for stopping by today. That was awesome.
Thank
and
you.
definitely check out Hopefull Handbags for more. Jump in like you guys did.
Great
Early Act was
organization.
amazing. Yeah, very, very cool. And jump into Old Town Trolley. Sit back and relax and unwind. Take it easy, my friend. Let Old Town Trolley's tale tellers extend 500 years of St. Augustine's lore, culture, charm, and history galore. Hop on the trolley under the sky so blue, with views so breathtaking like a debut. Licensed conductors, talented and bright, share stories and sights from morning till night. European flavor, brick-lined streets so divine. Castillo de San Marcos, a historic sign. Fountain of Youth and Flagler's Grand Hotel in this 90-minute tour, tales to retell. 22 stops, 100 to explore. On and off reboarding, the city is yours. Use your ticket all day and with joy and glee. St. Augustine's wonders, a sight you must see. Free museum entry, a history delight. Shuttle services making everything right. St. John's residence, a perk so sweet. Tour for free with a full fare treat. Hometown Pass, sign up today. Hometownpass.com, come what may. Explore the old jail, wax museum's delight, and the oldest store, a journey so right. Entertain your kin with laughter and cheer. Old Town Trolley's free hometown pass, hold it dear. For friends and family, an adventure vast in St. Augustine's charm that makes memories that last. Check them out, hometownpass.com. We love them.
Goodness gracious, Michelle Silverstein.
I'm going to write that down.
Well, here we go. For 45 years, All-American Air, the AC hero beyond compare. St. Augustine's savior, oh so cool. In St. John's, Flagler, Duval, and Putnam, they rule. cool. Warranty or not, they're experts in line. From preventative care to installation so fine. From Lennox Wonders, iComfort thermostats might. In HVAC, All-American air shines bright. Customer for life, that's their pride. Match any price and quality is their guide. In Florida's heat, where it's all so unsweet, they're the cool cats you'll never forget. Inspect your unit. Don't be remiss. In hot and humid, don't dismiss. 45 years, they've been the best. All-American air, on them you can test. Give them a call, 904-461-0070. Oh, and one of our favorite places that we go is Bin 39. It's one of our favorites. In St. George's Inn lobby, a dreamy scene, a courtyard charm where wine's magic is routine. Wine galore, 85 gems to find, from small to big, an extraordinary kind. 90 points and above, the legendary score, Bin 39's wines. Prices no bore, open daily 8 to 8, perfect gatherings or post-work fate. Live music Thursday to Sunday, a lively spree, 1 to 7 on the patio, free to feel the glee. Irving's Choice, a treat in disguise. Say the words for a sip that defies. Bin 39, where wine taste buds soar high, an adventure in every sip. My, oh my. Give them a call. Get on one of those tastings. 904-827-5740.
They know their stuff.
Yes, they're amazing. It's so much fun.
I know very little about wine, and I learn every time I go there.
Don't you feel like a little bit of an aficionado when you show up? You're like, oh, yes.
I love just how much knowledge they drop on you about what you're drinking.
Well, I hate to tell you, buddy, something that you're not going to love is on deck right now. We have to do it. It's part of Pete's recipe for success here. Horrible horoscopes.
Yay!
We got Scorpio and Saggies on deck. Blake, play some music to smooth this out a little bit. I'm on deck. Here we go. I can't believe I'm reading my own horrible horoscope.
Me too.
Scorpio, beware. Today's horoscope predicts an encounter with a malfunctioning espresso machine that will unleash chaos in your caffeine-fueled world. This is not good.
If you're a Scorpio, don't have any more coffee.
I'm wearing white. Brace yourself for a coffee catastrophe. Goodness. Expect stains, spills, and cosmic jolt in your morning routine. It's a day for embracing the unexpected, Scorpio. Just like the surprise double shot of chaos. Ooh, that was not fun.
All right, so just if you're a Scorpio, no more coffee.
Yeah, no more coffee.
You're done.
That's all. Just drink
Have
water.
a water.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Sagittarius. Saddle up, Saggies. Your horoscope warns a Wild West-themed dance-off in your future. Dust off those cowboy boots and practice your line dancing. Is this getting a little bit too close to home?
I mean,
Kinda. The stars predict a showdown on the dance floor. Be prepared for some questionable moves at a hoedown. There's more hilarious than harmonious. Yeehaw, Saggies! It's time to two-step into the absurdity of the cosmic dance floor.
I feel like if I tried to line dance or two-step, it would be all of that. So
well,
that is not far from.
You know, Texas Hold'em, Beyonce.
I know.
One.
I just was thinking the same thing.
If
That
Mother
TikTok
says
thing
we're
is
into country,
so.
we are into country, honey. Yes, dust them off. All right, we got some events. Oh, this is so good. You guys love Girl Scout cookies?
Thin Mints.
Love
Hello.
it. What's your
They're
favorite?
Good. They're good. I've always loved Thin Mints.
Thin Mints? Yeah, you put them
I
in the
love
freezer,
them
though, right?
so much. Yeah. Oh my
I'm a
gosh,
Samoa
of course.
all the way. All right.
Yeah, Brian loves Samoa.
They're so good. So need a midweek pick-me-up. Come visit Kayla, Livy, and Rain from Troop 53006 at Maracuya by Llama. Love them over there. This is happening today, so it's happening right now, 3 to 6 p.m. And they do cookies and coffee. So yes, please. The Girl Scout cookie booth will be there all night. And I know Marcel does some really cool things with the actual cookies themselves. We'll make like desserts.
Fun.
And
Oh,
if
that's
you
cool.
haven't been to Maracuya yet, I really want to tell everybody to check that out. It's a new spot on King Street. It's very special. You can't get some of the things that they're making in there anywhere in town. So it's
Really?
special.
I have not been
You can't
there
get passion
because-
fruit, like a real passion fruit juice.
Oh,
Like,
that's
it's
very
a
cool.
rare thing. And
Oh, wow.
He's got the connection from
He's
down
got a
south
guy
in
for
South
that?
America. Yes, he does. He does. He definitely will get that
Girl
from
Scout
Chile.
cookies also now they have a gluten-free cookie.
Oh,
for
that's your
those of us that do
people.
not have
Yes.
the gluten.
Okay, so good. You're on the board.
I know what's up.
Wonderful.
I keep my finger on the pulse of the gluten situation.
Hey, American Communities from Horse to Horseless Carriage is happening. This is happening with the St. Augustine Historical Society Speaker Series. Mark A. Vargas, American Communities from Horse to Horseless Carriage. This is happening Thursday, March 21st. Save that date, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. This is happening at the Markland House. Beautiful house. Flagler College. Dress cool, though. I accidentally wore a cashmere sweater to a function there. Oh, I was schwitzing the whole time. It was too much. No, we'll wear something that breathes. So that's happening at Markland House. If you want some more, you can register at members.staughs. I'll put that in comments because it keeps going on. But yes, check them out. Markland House, Flagler College, and St. Augustine.
So it's like the history of like automotives. Is that?
Yeah, I'm feeling
that's cool.
something's happening from horseless to horse carriage.
Right. Yeah, that's
something,
very cool. I take that.
Hey, Comanche Cove Marina, Sunday, April 28th. What's going on here? Oh, this is the inaugural Ladybug Race. This event promises to be a day full of sailing, learning, and camaraderie. The race captains will put their vessels to the crew to the test on the river just north of the Volano Bridge. Boats can compete in cruising and performance classes. Everyone is equal in this race. There's no handicaps given based on gender. All female class will compete for the Ladybug Trophy. That is so stinking cool.
That is very cool.
Contact Roseanne Points for more information. I will put her email in comments. It's roseanne@sta-sail.com for the Ladybug Race. That's exciting.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Isn't that something
I
fun?
love coming here. I learn all these things that are happening in
all
our
these
community.
nuances.
It's amazing.
Well, let me teach you a little something here. At Panache, they've been living the fabulous life since 1987. They invite you to join the Pamper Party. Their mission is simple. They're there to sprinkle joy from head to heart, one guest at a time. From a chic haircut to soul-soothing massages, their team is all about pampering you to the max. What sets Panache apart, you will ask? Well, their squad of talented experts is on a mission to make your wildest dreams come true. Panache Innovative Salon is an oasis for you, where innovation and artistry are their middle names. They're there to turn your day in from good to gorgeous. Get posh. Go to getpanache.com and get with it, boo. I love them
It's
over there.
the best. I'm a Panache girl.
Yeah,
So.
we are actually, Michelle's going to help me co-host on Fridays. That'll be exciting.
Oh, nice.
And the United Way, we love them over there. The United Way of St. John's opened in 1957. That was when they were known as the Community Chest. That was the first year they raised $48,000. Well, the United Way of St. John's has changed a lot, but their focus hasn't. Today, with a total impact of over $3 million annually, they continue to fight for the areas of health, education, and financial stability for every person in our community. We love them. They need volunteers. They're doing their Real Sense program right now. So give them a shout, unitedway-sjc.org.
Nice.
All right, we're going to round this show out with our funny today. So our funny is people who actually knew what they were doing and still went for it anyway.
Okay.
All right, this
Wow.
first one, shippers knew what they were doing. So, geez, this ass up with care. Nice. They obviously covered that. Yeah, ridiculous.
Oh, Kevin Lasagna.
Next up, Kevin Lasagna. Style of play lasagna has many layers.
I
To
mean,
escape.
I don't
Dude,
think that's
not
not
mad
wrong.
about it. Not
you
mad
know?
about it. Yeah.
He sounds tasty.
This next one, this was well worth it. Congratulations, George Brownridge, for pleasing 15 women in an entire day. We're all exhausted and have been very satisfied. We look forward to next year. And then they did a retraction. Our sincere apology to George Brownridge and staff. Our intentions were to thank him for the generous holiday shopping trip he arranged. This annual tradition is much appreciated.
Wow.
And any inappropriate innuendos were unintentional, and we take full responsibility.
Oh,
for that.
boy.
Could you imagine?
Wow. His wife, he comes up, his wife's like, you have some splaining to do.
Next up, this intended to be Fuji Mountain. Going to have to rename this one, I think. Yeah, definitely.
What?
Whoops, there's a little bump in the road there.
Oh,
It's supposed to
goodness
be a mountain.
gracious.
Next up, Makes Sense. Women's care specialist. This is a mammogram ultrasound room.
Oh, and they went the way of the old calculator in
Right.
8th grade.
Remember how
I
we used to
it.
talk?
Yeah,
H-E double
totally.
hockey stick? Yes. Next up, a man who stole Viagra from pharmacy is a hardened criminal, says his lawyer.
Is not a hardened
is not a hardened criminal. Could you imagine?
Well, because he needed the Viagra.
Yeah, right. Wow,
So,
Manchester.
I got
Evening
it.
News. Go for it.
Look, when
next
you
up,
need it, you need it.
4
Okay.
pictures side by side in this newspaper. They knew exactly what they were
What
doing.
does that? Oh my goodness
Oh
gracious.
my goodness. Yeah. Show her the real you. She's
Wowza.
yeah, flabbergasted. Next up, finally found the missing part of the apple. There it is.
That is an interesting, I mean,
Completing
that
the
just
puzzle.
made it work in that moment.
It does. It just kind of works.
Wow.
Next up, men would drive from at least 2 towns over to get a whiff of Grandma's muffins.
Oh,
Not nice.
okay.
Very nice. Very sweet.
Poor grandma.
Yeah.
Poor grandma.
Yeah. Next up, this map is not mapping quite well.
Oh, no.
No, that's not.
That was like a city planner that had
Yeah.
a vendetta.
And our last one here, give me a pass already. Please have ticket or have something ready. Hope I got my ticket. Yeah.
Have
Wow.
your booty right?
Yeah,
I
right.
mean,
Good Lord.
look.
Yeah, jeez.
Sometimes you don't have exact change for that toll.
Sometimes you
You
don't.
know what
What
I
are you
mean?
going to do? There's your
And-
answer. Kate,
Keep on
Kathleen, thank you so much for showing up and showing out today. I really appreciate both of you guys for coming in and giving us the latest and greatest. So thank you so much. You're going to be joining me tomorrow.
I'll be here tomorrow.
We're having a rotary moment. That'll be exciting. Blake, thank you so much for pushing all the buttons. Everybody out there, hit that share button and follow Hopefull Handbags. You guys are incredible. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Bye.